Hey friends, Doc South here. Yeah, getting by? Good, good. I don't know. I don't know why, but I kind of woke up and I said, I ought to talk about my early days working in supermarkets. When I was just starting out, and I worked for the A&P out in Mount Olive, New Jersey. It was kind of. I used to go into the place. Well, the A&P at that time was only about a mile from my house, and I'd go down there, and I'd say to my wife, Sandy, I said, I want to go just walk around the A&P. I want to look a little bit, see what they got there. She says, okay. She says, pick up something for supper. I said, okay, sure. And she said, and I don't know, I do that so often that one day she finally said, you're always going down to the A&P. Why don't you see if they're hiring? If you like it down there, maybe you seem comfortable and all that. I said, well, maybe I will ask for an application. Anyway, it turned out they were hiring, and well, wouldn't you know it? I got hired for the dairy section. I remember the guy who hired me said, I said, well, so what do you got? What positions? He says, well, there's one open in the dairy section, but most people don't like dairy because it's cold and a lot of lifting. I said, well, I'll take that. I don't mind the cold, as long as I'm dressed for it. And I don't have to be in there in a bathing suit, do I? He says, no, he's dressed as warm as you want. So, okay, cool. I'll do it. He says, the lifting? I said, well, good. I need the exercise. Okay. So that's what I did. But on occasion, especially when you're new, they also find other chores for you to do. Like in my case back then, if there was a spill, maybe someone dropped a container of olive oil, and olive oil was seeping all over, was flooding aisle four. You'd say clean up in aisle four. I actually had in the mop room, I had a bucket and a mop ready. It was sort of my jump kit. Yeah, I had it ready. I kind of kept it hidden where other people wouldn't snag it. And I had my sand. I had a cardboard box. Yeah, and I go flying. I didn't install a light or siren on my mop. I really should have. I think it would have been a nice touch. Except then a crowd might gather, and then you have to say, folks, nothing to see here. It's just spilled olive oil. Come on, break it up. Watch you don't slip. Oh, and I had cones, those traffic cones, so people didn't, yeah. Of course, they'd walk right through them. Yeah, sure as heck, someone would be walking right through the olive oil when you arrived on the scene. But anyway, I'd get it up. And then another thing would be carts. Yeah, when the shopping cart guy maybe wasn't there, they'd ask you to come go out and get carts. And a lot of people hated that. And I always said, gee, I don't know. No, I'll take it. First off, I'm out in the warm sunshine, warm the old bones after being in the dairy cooler. And you're out there, it's not the end of the world. It isn't like you got to push, 90 carts up a hill, while you're being whipped. You can take, 7 or 8 carts, push them, get them into position, go back, get 7 more. And I don't know, in the summer, the girl watching was nice. In the winter, I don't know, you could keep an eye on the storm clouds coming. And it wasn't like you were out there for that long. And when you were all done, that messy lot that had all those carts all over the place, people running into them and stuff, looked nice and trim, nice and neat. I would often, too, as I walked out to get the carts, I see a piece of litter, I pick it up, stick it in my apron. There you go. When you're all done, the place looks pretty shipshape. And I know there was a commercial about saving for your retirement, and it's some guy, I think in his 30s, is thinking about a retirement fund, and what finally pushes them over the top is some old fella pushing carts at a supermarket, and he obviously doesn't have a retirement and any funds. He's impoverished and he's yanking these carts, pushing them over curbs, and people are laughing at him and pointing and, stuff like that. I don't look at it that way. It's a job's got to be done. That's all. And actually, no one says you gotta, knock yourself out. Just get her done. Yeah, keep at it. Eventually, you get ahead of the crowd, and bingo. And when you're all said and done, you got all these carts for so people, you got them right where they belong. People walk up, pick the one they want, out they go, and bingo. Like I said, yeah. And you can get into some conversations with people. Yeah, yeah. I mean, almost all the drivers get out of your way. Carts being pushed have right of way, of course. And actually, it's funny. Don't tell anyone, but I like to pretend it's a train. Yeah. Sounds awful. I mean, I don't go choo choo or blow a whistle or anything, but I kind of think, yeah, here I am. I'm the engine pushing the. Yeah, I know it. Well, I'm just saying. Uh, and as you get the more carts into the storage area where they belong, I don't know. It's sort of like a savings account. Yeah. I mean, that guy talking about having all that money in the bank, I don't know. I got carts in the stall. Yeah. And people are using them, kind of tickled you were there. Some thank you. On occasion, folks, have a little problem getting maybe an older lady bought one of those 3-gallon jugs of water. She can't lift it into her. Well, so you go help her. Yeah, and the nice thing is, just like the Lone Ranger never took any money, you say, no, ma'am, I do not need a tip. And, they pay me. I'm fine. I'm fine. My work is done here, ma'am. I'll see you later, and tip the hat and off you go. And yeah, and they just, I don't know, it's a way to show that you're not that bad a guy after all. Yeah. Anyway, I'm just saying, I wouldn't get too upset. If you don't have the cart guy, well, people will get sore. So I don't know. I think it's kind of an important position. So a lot of times it gives kids, usually after school, it's usually the kids show up and they push the carts, and they're learning, they're getting a nice little work ethic, seeing that work does produce results. What is work anyway? It's I think if you go to physics class, I think it's effort over time, isn't it? I think effort over energy spent over time, and I think distance. I believe. Yeah. And anyway, and plus, it's like having I don't know. It's kind of like having an automatic low carb diet. You push a bunch of carts, you can have another bag of French fries. Yes, sir. Yeah. So anyway, I just thought I'd say, and good for the heart too. Yeah, as long as you don't have a heart condition to begin with, it gets it pumping nicely. Yeah. So anyway, I just thought I'd say the plus you get to read the sales brochure. I don't know how many times I've saved money by as I'm pushing the carts, looking at as long as no one's in my way. I kind of look at this. Oh my gosh, look at that! Hormel salami is gosh, it's half price. I didn't even notice. Yeah. So there you go. Anyway, I'll see you later. I just thought you might like. Yeah, I wouldn't feel too bad for the cart guy. It's kind of it's not the end of the world. All right, to be pushing those babies. I'll see you later, friends. Thank you, and go push some carts. I'll see you. Bye now.